Hey everyone, and welcome back to another episode of the Speak English podcast, the show that helps you speak better English by practicing real-life topics in simple, clear ways.
I'm Sarah. Today we're giving you something incredibly useful. We're going to show you how to talk about anything in English. Yes, absolutely anything.
Have you ever wanted to express your thoughts in English, but didn't know where to start? Or maybe you understood what you read, but you couldn't explain it. That's exactly what we're going to fix today.
In this episode, we'll share a simple, powerful technique that will help you structure your ideas and speak clearly, even if you're a beginner. It's time to learn how to talk about anything in English with confidence.
So, stay with us, because this is not just another tip. It's a method you can use every single day.
And if you're serious about improving your English, don't forget to subscribe to our channel and hit the notification bell so you never miss an episode. Let's dive in.
One of the biggest challenges for English learners is not understanding individual words, but knowing how to connect those words to form meaning. That's why today, we're going to explore a simple method that makes any sentence easier to talk about in English.
This method is based on 5 powerful questions: who, what, when, where, and why. These are questions we often hear in conversations, interviews, and stories. But most people don't realize they can use them to build speaking skills every single day.
The idea is to take a piece of content, a sentence, a short story, a message, and ask yourself these 5 questions. Doing that helps you break the message down into smaller parts, so you can understand it better and talk about it more clearly in English.
Instead of reading passively or trying to memorize sentences, you become an active learner. You don't just receive information. You start organizing it, thinking about it, and most importantly, expressing it in your own words. That's how true learning happens.
For example, when you read something simple like, "Someone missed a flight," instead of stopping there, you ask, "Who missed it? What exactly happened? When did it happen? Where were they going? And why did it happen?" These questions lead you to speak naturally.
The more you use these 5 questions, the more automatic they become in your thinking. Soon, every time you hear or read something, your brain will start looking for those answers. And that's exactly what helps you start talking about anything in English.
Another great thing about this method is that you don't need long or complicated texts. You can use short messages from a show, a YouTube video, or even a sentence from a conversation. The key is not the length, but how deeply you explore the information.
And the beauty of this technique is that it works whether you're just starting to learn English or you've been studying for years. The 5 questions create a universal structure that gives your speaking direction, making it easier to explain your ideas.
Many learners say, "I understand English, but I don't know how to speak." That's usually because they haven't practiced turning information into spoken language. This technique fixes that by showing you how to talk, not just what to say.
So whenever you feel stuck or unsure of how to describe something in English, just stop and ask, who, what, when, where, why? These 5 questions are your roadmap. They guide your thoughts and unlock your ability to talk about anything in English.
Let's take a simple sentence. Mark missed his flight because he overslept after a long night at work. Now we're going to break it down using the 5 W questions. This is a short sentence, but it contains everything we need to practice speaking.
First question. Who? The answer is Mark. He is the person involved. just saying Mark isn't enough. Try expanding it. You could say, Mark is the person who missed the flight. This already gives you a sentence to practice out loud.
Next question. What? The answer is, he missed his flight. You can make that even more complete by saying, Mark missed his flight because he didn't wake up on time. Look at how one idea can grow into a full explanation with just a bit of detail.
Now we go to when. The sentence says, after a long night at work. So you could say, Mark missed his flight early in the morning after he worked late the night before. Again, a small sentence becomes a chance to expand your speaking skills.
For the question where, the sentence doesn't say it directly. But that's okay. You can imagine it. You might say, he probably missed his flight at the airport because he arrived too late. This kind of thinking trains you to fill in missing details.
And finally, why? The answer is because he overslept. Try saying, he missed his flight because he was too tired and didn't hear his alarm. You're not just repeating the sentence, you're developing the story and practicing English creatively.
Now, look what we've done. We started with just one short sentence, and by asking 5 questions, we created a mini-story. This is how you turn a small amount of information into a full speaking exercise without needing a teacher or a textbook.
This method trains your brain to think in English by building logical connections. It's not about memorizing grammar rules. It's about expressing thoughts naturally. And when you practice like this every day, you build real fluency.
You can use this same method with anything you hear or read. A line from a TV show, a comment on social media, or even something someone said to you. The important part is asking the 5 questions and using the answers to create complete thoughts.
So next time you come across an English sentence, don't just read it and move on. Stop. Ask yourself the 5 W's. Say the answers out loud. And with just a few minutes, you'll find yourself learning how to talk about anything in English.
One of the biggest benefits of using the 5 W questions is that it trains your mind to think in English. Instead of translating from your native language, your brain starts forming thoughts directly in English, which is essential for fluency.
This technique also improves your vocabulary naturally. As you ask yourself each question, you'll need different words to answer them. You'll start using new verbs, adjectives, and expressions, all in context, which makes them easier to remember.
Another great benefit is clarity. Many learners know the words, but when they speak, their ideas sound disorganized. The 5 W's help you build logical sentences. They give you structure, so your listener can easily follow what you're saying.
It also increases your confidence. When you know how to approach a sentence or topic using these questions, you don't freeze or panic. You know exactly what to do. Ask the questions, answer them out loud, and keep going. That reduces anxiety.
And this method is flexible. You can practice it anywhere, anytime. You don't need a classroom or a textbook. You can do it while walking, waiting in line, or watching a video. Just pick a sentence and start asking the 5 W's. It's that simple.
You'll also develop better listening skills. When you hear someone speak in English, your brain will automatically look for the answers to those 5 questions. That makes it easier to understand conversations and respond more effectively.
Over time, you'll notice that your speaking becomes more natural. Instead of short, basic sentences, you'll start using full, connected ideas. That's because the 5 W questions push you to explain details. not just say single words or phrases.
This method also helps with writing. The same structure you use to speak clearly can be used to write clearly. Emails, messages, social media posts all become easier because you already know how to organize your thoughts in English.
You become a more independent learner. Instead of waiting for someone to correct you or give you practice materials, you create your own speaking opportunities. That kind of active learning is what really makes a difference over time.
And perhaps most important of all, it's fun. There's something rewarding about turning a short sentence into a full conversation. It makes English feel alive. And that's when you start enjoying the process of learning, not just the result.
First, choose a short sentence in English. It could be from a social media post, a message, a short news paragraph, or even a line from a show. Don't worry if it seems too simple. What matters is how you explore it with the 5W questions.
Second, write the sentence down or say it out loud. This helps your brain focus. Once you have it, take a deep breath and start with the first question. Who? Identify the person or people involved and try to describe them using full sentences.
Third, ask what happened. Don't just answer with one word like missed or arrived. Try building a full sentence that explains the action in detail. You can even add how it happened or what the result was, just to keep expanding your answer.
Fourth, move to when. Look for time expressions in the sentence or imagine when the action took place. Then, build a sentence using phrases like in the morning, last night, or a few hours ago. This adds more context to your story.
Fifth, ask where. Even if the location isn't directly mentioned, make a logical guess. Was it at the airport? At home? At the office? Say it out loud and build a sentence like, he probably missed the flight at the airport because he was late.
Now, ask why. This is where your explanation skills grow. Look for the reason in the sentence or think about it logically. Then say a full sentence like, he missed his flight because he forgot to set his alarm after working all night.
Once you've answered all 5 questions, try connecting them into 1 or 2 longer sentences. You can even turn them into a short story. This helps you practice storytelling and forces your brain to think in full, connected ideas.
Next, repeat the process out loud. Don't be afraid to speak slowly or repeat phrases. The goal is not speed, it's clarity and confidence. The more you speak, the more your tongue gets used to English, and that's how fluency starts.
Then, do it again with a different sentence. The more variety you have, the more vocabulary and sentence structures you'll use. This keeps your practice interesting and helps you apply the 5W method to different topics and situations.
Finally, make it a daily habit. Even 5 minutes a day using this method can make a big difference over time. Consistency is what builds fluency, and when you stick with it, you'll soon be able to talk about anything in English with ease.
One of the most common mistakes is answering the 5W questions with just 1 or 2 words. For example, saying Mark for who or yesterday for when. That's not enough. You need to push yourself to build complete sentences, even if they're simple.
Another mistake is relying too much on guessing without checking your understanding. Some learners invent answers instead of analyzing the sentence carefully. The goal is to understand better, not just create imaginary explanations. Stay focused on the context.
Many people skip the why question because they feel unsure. but that's exactly the one that helps you speak with more depth. If the reason isn't clear in the sentence, try to make a logical guess and express it clearly. That practice boosts your fluency fast.
Some learners stop practicing after one sentence and think it's enough. But consistency is key. Doing this only once a week won't help much. Make it part of your daily routine, like brushing your teeth. It's short, simple, and powerful when done regularly.
There's also the trap of perfectionism. Some learners don't speak unless they feel 100% sure they're saying everything correctly. That slows down progress. It's okay to make mistakes. The goal is practice, not perfection. Keep going and adjust over time.
Another common problem is trying to memorize full sentences instead of building them naturally. Memorization has its place, but with this method, the point is to create the sentences in real time. That's how you train your brain to truly think in English.
Some people forget to say their answers out loud. They do everything in their heads. While that helps a little, the real progress comes when you speak. Saying your thoughts out loud builds confidence and helps you get used to your own voice in English.
A lot of learners use only the same types of sentences, like posts from social media. Variety is important. Try using short news articles, messages, or lines from shows. The more different contexts you explore, the more flexible your English becomes.
Sometimes, learners rush through the 5 questions just to finish the task. But the value is in the process, not the speed. Slow down. Give yourself time to think, speak, and reflect. Fluency doesn't come from speed. It comes from clarity and repetition.
And lastly, don't compare yourself with others. Your journey is unique. Some people may speak faster, others may know more words, but what matters is your progress. Stay consistent, be kind to yourself, and focus on becoming better than yesterday.
Here's a simple challenge for you. Every day this week, choose one short sentence in English and apply the 5 W questions to it. Write or say the full answers out loud. It may feel slow at first, but by the end of the week, you'll feel more confident.
Try doing this with a friend or language partner. You each bring one sentence. Ask each other the 5 W questions, and then explain your answers out loud. Practicing with someone adds accountability, and you'll learn from their perspective too.
Another fun way to practice is using scenes from your favorite English TV shows. Pick one short dialogue or event and answer the 5 questions about it. It helps you connect language learning with something you enjoy, which makes it more memorable.
If you prefer writing, keep a notebook just for this technique. Each page can have a sentence and your 5 W answers in full sentences. This turns into a personal English journal that shows your progress and builds your confidence over time.
Want to make it even more fun? Set a timer. Give yourself 5 minutes to read the sentence and answer all the W questions. It adds a little pressure in a good way and helps you think quickly in English, which is key for real-life conversations.
You can also create your own sentences. Imagine something simple, like, Anna forgot her umbrella and got wet on the way to work. Then answer the 5 questions. When you create your own examples, you're actively building vocabulary and fluency.
Use voice recording apps on your phone to record yourself doing this exercise. Listen to your answers, notice your pronunciation, and try again. It's a great way to track improvement and become more comfortable speaking English out loud.
If you're on social media, post, 1 W question response per day in English. For example, take a sentence from a video and write your answer to why in the comments. It's a small step, but it builds confidence and connects you with other learners.
You can also set a weekly goal, like practicing 5 sentences per week using this method. Keep track on a calendar and reward yourself when you complete it. Building habits like this helps make English part of your lifestyle, not just a subject.
And remember, progress happens in small steps. Choose any of these challenges and start today. Don't wait for the perfect moment. Just start practicing, 1 sentence at a time. You'll be surprised how much your confidence grows in just a few weeks.
Today, we showed you how to use the 5 W questions: who, what, when, where, and why to help you understand and talk about anything in English. It's a simple but powerful method to boost your fluency, vocabulary, and confidence using real-life content.
We also talked about how to practice with short sentences, avoid common mistakes, and build speaking habits that actually work. And the best part? You can start right now with just 1 sentence a day. That's how fluency is built, little by little, every day.
If you've ever used this method before or tried something similar, share your experience in the comments. What kind of sentence did you practice with? Did it help you feel more confident when speaking English? We'd love to hear your story.
And look, if you made it to the end of this episode, it means you're really determined to improve your English. So leave a W in the comments. That way, we'll know you're part of the group that's really trying to grow.
Don't forget to like this video if it helped you, and hit that subscribe button so you don't miss future episodes. We have more practical tips, powerful exercises, and helpful stories coming your way to make English part of your daily life.
Thanks for joining us today on the Speak English podcast. Keep practicing, stay consistent, and remember, you don't need to be perfect. You just need to keep going. See you in the next episode, and keep speaking English every day. Bye.